Hi and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be eating and drinking from different well-known coffee shops around the UK. Is this going to be the best cuisine I've ever tasted? I doubt it, but there's quite a lot of new things or things I haven't tried before, so I thought it would make for a good video. These are widely accessible to most of you that live in the UK, so hopefully there'll be things that you can try. But let's just get straight on with the video. I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you do, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Let's see what I had for breakfast. It's time for breakfast and the first place on my list is Cafe Nero. Coffee shops and breakfast are not the greatest match. I feel like whenever you get like a sausage or bacon roll, they're always really dry. So for me personally, I like to go for a pastry. And there was only two options on my list. It was either going to be an almond croissant or a ham and cheese one. And I thought, do you know what? I've never had the ham and cheese croissant. So, ta-da! And it feels really thin, so I feel like they've flattened it. Oh my god, that looks really good. As long as it's all melted inside, then this could be amazing. That cost me £3.95. It's called the VIP ham and cheese croissant. So I don't know what makes it VIP. And then to go with it, I have got myself a pistachio iced latte. Now I've had this once before, and when I had it before, I remember being underwhelmed, but then I realised all the syrup was at the bottom. So I'm just gonna pour it into a glass just so I can mix it nicely. It did have a big froth on it, but it's kind of disintegrated. They actually had quite a few drinks in. They also had like pistachio and salted caramel frat. When I tried all their Christmas ones, I was very underwhelmed, so. Oh no, it's tasting bitter. Okay, well I got a bit more pistachio with that one. The first sip was like pure bitter coffee. Second sip, pistachio. Interesting. Also guys, it's now that time of year where filming in my car is not really that possible, and it really makes me sad because I don't like to be in my flat constantly in videos. I really wanted to just eat this straight away in the car, but it was way too hot. Anyway, let's try this. There was next to no cheese in that bite, but in terms of the taste of the croissant, it's really good, but needs more cheese so far. And also, the drink was £3.85. Just put some ketchup on my plate, nearly squirted it all on the floor. Do you know what? I was so surprised that I haven't done this video. Well, I kind of have. I did it at Christmas, I think. I vaguely remember. Was it just coffee shops though, or was it Christmas menus? There's a little bit more cheese coming through, because I can vaguely remember ordering stuff from Costa and it being a disaster. I wanted to get pigs in blanket mac and cheese and they didn't have it. So I'm pretty sure that's the only time I've done this video. I hope. There was this coffee shop near me. I can't even remember, something like one, I don't know, it's over Lakeside and it was part of a chain. And at Christmas they did this cookie thing that looked amazing, but it's now closed down. And that would have been perfect for this video because their sweet stuff looked really good. I'll definitely come to Cafe Nero to get this again. Definitely better than the Starbucks one. Also, when I went in there, the fridge was empty and it was like, sorry for any inconvenience. And I was like, for God's sake, because I planned like where I'm gonna go in this video. And I was like, you're joking me. So then I was under pressure anyway because they only had like a limited selection of stuff showing at the front. And I was like, is this a sign? But luckily they did have it. If they didn't, I would have been like, right, this video's doomed. Final bite. It's not good. You know they say about how iced lattes can go wrong. Something about the espresso and the ice and it can make it go bitter. That tastes bitter. So maybe it was just the way it was made. Pistachio is really not coming through, which makes me sad, but the food has made up for it, so I'll let it off. I will compare the prices throughout the day, but I do feel like they are going to be very similar. Just by looking at what I've spent so far, that looks like the same as Starbucks. Although I don't know if I'm going to go to Starbucks today. I feel like I've eaten so much Starbucks food in the past, in like different videos. I try new in Starbucks, so I don't know if I'm a bit over it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit for lunch. It's time for lunch and I am actually in my car. I remembered this spot that's inside of a car park, which means it's quite cool because it's shaded but it's got a bit of light coming in. I don't know what it is, I just love eating in my car, so just don't judge me. Anyway, I've been to Costa. I've got 4 different things. First thing I got up is the main event. So this is, which is annoying because I don't actually know what it is. Obviously they've taken it up to heat it up, so I can't actually remember the name of it, but I think this is new because I've never seen it before. But it was like steak with caramelised onion, but would that be new? I'll put a picture up and the description on the screen now so that you guys can see. Actually, let's try the drink first of all, because that's still very hot. One of the main reasons I thought of this video was specifically because they brought out these bubble teas. So this is just the mango tea, and obviously it's got the bubbles, whatever it is, which I've only ever tried once, and that was for a video, and I remember not really liking it, or I did like it, but I think it got really sickly. God knows, who knows. So yeah, they brought out 3 different ones of these, but the other ones were more of a milky consistency, and I don't know, I wasn't really vibing with that. I went for the more juice version rather than the milky version. So I need to spin it around because there's lots of mango sitting at the bottom. Bloody hell, that's sweet. Why is bubble tea such a thing? I just don't get it. Like, when it goes up in your mouth, you instantly want to swallow, but you've got to like hold it there to get the bubble, because you don't want the bubble to go straight down, because you want it to like pop in your mouth. It has actually made my eyes go a little bit. It's very, very sweet. Very refreshing, to be fair. There is also a coffee that I wanted to try, but I've already had a coffee, so I didn't want to have 2. But it's like a whipped coffee. It looks really nice. The only thing is, they give you these straws, which are not going to last very long, but you need to have one of these straws. It's not like I can pop my metal one out because the bubble tea won't fit up it. It's really nice, really sweet. Would I get it again? Probably not. I don't know. The bubble tea concept just hasn't hit me yet. I know it's such a huge craze, but for me, I'm just like, I don't get it. The only thing I hate about where I'm sitting is I'm right by the entrance, all the cars driving in. First thing they're gonna see is a girl sitting in a car filming herself. Anyway, let's try the food. Oh, let's talk about prices actually. I spent nearly 15 quid in there. I did get 4 things, but I'll just tell you the prices of 2 of the things I got at the moment. So the toasty was £5.20, which is about £1.30 more than the ham and cheese croissant. And the bubble tea was £3.95, which I believe, was that the same price? I feel like it might be about 20p more, which is funny because when I think of Cafe Nero, I think of it to be the most expensive out of all of them, but that'll be very interesting if Costa is more expensive than Cafe Nero, because I don't know why. I just see it as more of the like, not classy, I don't know what I'm thinking of, but like more of an upper class place than Costa. But anyway, I'll compare the prices when I get home. But let's get the toasty out. It's still really hot. It's piping in there. Oh no, it's all stuck together. I mean, you can kind of understand why it's a bit more expensive. Here's what it looks like up close. The steak's kind of looking more like mash. That's good. What does that remind me of? It's kind of giving fajita vibes. Tastes peppery. It's really nice. Do you know what? Thinking about it now, I should have done 24 hours eating at Costa all day, because I've done 24 hours at Starbucks. But they had loads of stuff. They had pizza things. They also had a pesto pasta salad, which I was tempted to get. But then I already know what I was getting for dessert. Not dessert, for dinner. I was standing there for ages thinking, what should I pick? When I looked at the menu, I never see this on the menu before I went, but they did also have like a Cajun pizza wrap, which I thought sounded really interesting. Obviously the other coffee drink, I could have had that for breakfast. Oh well. I feel like I'm more of a Costa lover. Although I say that, I do always end up in Starbucks. There's one specific drink that I prefer to get from Starbucks, and that's the iced cold brew. So that's why I go to Starbucks more. But in terms of hot coffees, I actually prefer Costa's coffee, but most people are Starbucks. So realistically, maybe I should have had lunch at Starbucks. Oh, I'm bored of Starbucks, seriously. I love how I always argue with myself in these videos. I'm always like, should have done this, nah, da, da, da. I was about to say final bye, but then I remembered I've got the other half. That was really good. I don't know about it on a hot summer's day. I know this sounds weird, but it felt more like something that I would eat in the winter, but the flavours were really good. I also got, and I did get one more thing, but I'll have that later as an afternoon snack. I got some watermelon, which they now collab with M&S, so they have loads of stuff from M&S in there. It wasn't until I got to the till that I realised how much I just paid for this, and it really made me want to vomit in my hands. And I just wish I was that type of person that would actually be like, actually, can I put that back? But I just can't do it. Guess how much this pot of watermelon was. I was just craving it because it's so nice out today and I just love watermelon when it's hot, but I definitely wouldn't have picked this up if I'd have seen the price. It doesn't even taste that fresh. £2.60. £2.60! There's not even a quarter of a watermelon in here. And how much does a whole watermelon cost? To be fair, it's probably how much it is in actual M&S, but that's a liberty. And so much of that must go to waste, because who in their right mind, apart from a girl who's filming a video, would pay £2.60 for a little pot of watermelon? She must have thought I was crazy. I did spend like 15 quid in there for 4 things. I think this needs to go back in the fridge for a little bit. I hate eating it with my fingers, but I didn't even think that through either. Before I go, let's just take one more sip of the bubble teas together. That is just too sweet for me. It's not for the faint-hearted, to be honest with you. Because I'm not a bubble tea regular, I don't really know what makes good bubble tea. So to describe the balls, they're very firm. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Do people like them a bit more soggier, a bit more easy to pop? I don't know, but these have got very firm balls in a very sweet liquid, which some may enjoy. But for me personally, this is a pass. I'll finish it, but I won't be going back for it. That's it for lunch, so I will see you guys for an afternoon snack. It's time for an afternoon snack. I also got this in Costa earlier, and it cost me £2.75. Now, they did have a new cake thing out that was Eat and Mess, but they didn't have it, so I was kind of under pressure. I went with this because it was new, and I do love salted caramel, but popcorn, I do like popcorn, but I just don't know, sometimes I'm a bit funny with it. But yeah, so this is a salted caramel popcorn brownie. Oh, it's very dry. Do you know what was one of the best brownies I've ever had? The s'mores one from Starbucks. Do you remember that? When it had like a big marshmallow on it, that was amazing. The salted caramel part of it's nice, but a bit of brownie is really thin and really dry. Also, in case my eyes look really red, I've just popped. This is not, well, not even popped really. Have you ever had these like little white bumps under your eye? And like, they're not a spot, it's just like a lump. I looked it up on TikTok and they're called like Mila or something. I haven't had these in forever. And then all of a sudden I've got one under each eye. So I think it might be, you know the L'Oreal stuff that I always use when it's on like those little silver balls? That one come after I started using it. And then when I got the second one, I thought, and it was bloody painful because your under eyes are so sensitive. I've got a feeling this piece may be a little bit old. It's lacking in all the departments. It's not that salted and it's definitely not moist. And also the popcorn's just not giving. If it was bits of marshmallow or just anything apart from popcorn, I feel like it would be better. I'd probably rate that about 5 out of 10. It's not a win from me. Also, I'm about to do my fake tan. When you see me for dinner, I'm going to be a couple shades darker, okay? So just a pre-warning now, but I'll see you guys in a bit for dinner. It's time for dinner and it's actually a lot later now. I got into an editing hole and I was like, you can have dinner once you finish editing. And with me, I rarely have it where I all of a sudden get this concentration where I just want to sit there and edit. So I had to run with it. I've literally got like a minute's worth of footage left, but I was like, do you know what? I'm bloody hungry and it's getting late. So I actually picked this up earlier, so I do need to reheat it. But for dinner today, I have been to Pret. I also got my dessert from here. I thought there's no point in me keep going out because literally Pret was opposite Costa. So for dinner, I have something that I haven't had before. Well, kind of. I've had a different flavour. I picked up the cow and red pesto macaroni cheese. Is this new? Because I feel like before, it didn't used to have the red pesto in it, because I remember I had this at the airport with Jade when we went Croatia. I think she had this and I can't remember hers having red pesto, but let me show you it. Here's what it looks like. Obviously it's quite a few hours old, but yeah, let's heat it up. It smells really good. Right, I've reheated it. I put it in the oven in the cardboard, and then I thought, shit, can I put cardboard in the oven? So I googled it and it was like, it's not safe to put cardboard in the oven. So I was like, shit. I ran in there, then I nearly dropped it out of the cardboard on the floor and it was a big disaster. But anyway, I've got it here and look at the size. You stop that. I can't lie, I added the teeniest sprinkle of cheese just because I was worried the cheese might be a bit dry, because it's obviously been drying out all day. But I do mean probably about 10 grams, not a lot. But this smells amazing, and that's a really big portion. But don't hate me, I forgot to get the receipt, and so I don't know how much this was, but I think it was around the £6 mark. We all know Pret is a little bit more expensive. Anyway, let's taste it. Oh my god, the pesto in that is really good. It's also got cauliflower in it, which is what I just had there, but it's really soft. This is definitely the best thing I've eaten today. Anything with pesto in it, especially red pesto. Red pesto is so good. I 1,000,000% would buy this again. Pret does really good food. I did a Pret video at Christmas and they had this pigs in blanket roll. It was unbelievable. Like, I hope they bring that out next year. That was so, so good. Anyway, I'm gonna pop you guys in a time lapse and I'll see you for dessert. I wish I knew how much I miss. It's time for dessert and I picked up the salted caramel dessert. So they did have this on Uber Eats. I wanted to check what the price was. They didn't have the macaroni and cheese, but they did have this. It says on there it's £3.75, but it's probably cheaper buying it in store, just to give a gauge. The description is speculoos biscuit. It's going to be a bit biscotti, apparently. Vanilla cheesecake cream finished with salted caramel sauce and speculoos biscuit crumb. It's quite small, but probably the perfect size to be fair, because the dinner was quite big. Don't worry guys, this has been in my fridge for anyone who's concerned. I don't know if this is new, but I've never seen it myself. Definitely never tried it. That is so good. The biscuit bottom is so soft and it tastes amazing. The salted caramel is absolutely perfect. The speculoos biscuit, unreal. Oh guys, Pret is the best, isn't it? I've only started eating Pret food in like the last year. Everything that I can think of that I've ever eaten there has been good. I'm so glad that I've saved the best till last. I feel like I've had a goo pot this flavour before, but the flavours are flavouring. That's a 9 out of 10 from me. I would definitely get that again. Although it is a bit spenny when you think about it. If that's £3.75, you can get 2 goo pots for that price. Absolutely stunning. Do you know one thing I thought I haven't got today? A cookie, and I love a cookie. And also I've just realised the 2 sweet dessert things that I got were salted caramel. Didn't even think about that. I put the watermelon back in the fridge when I got home, and then I had it again a bit later and it was sour. I don't know if it had gone off or what, but it was actually sour. I had to throw it. I was like, what has happened? I mean, I think I only ate 2 pieces in the car, so maybe I didn't realise, and it was the bits that were marinating in the watermelon juice at the bottom, but it was vile. I was like, what the fuck have I just put in my mouth? I was thinking, am I gonna get some kind of food poisoning? But I'm still standing. Oh, it says new seasonal favourites, so this is new. What other pots do they have? Because I did see others when I picked this. Just a chocolate mousse or a lemon cheesecake. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this one. If there's any other places you want me to eat at for 24 hours, please let me know in the comments below. But before you leave, please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next one.